Alright peeps, today is Friday the 20th of June, and here is your wild update. Wild stuff happening. So, remember on the last video, I gave you a list of things to be watching. Iran, the role of Joe, something to do with 2020. Saving Israel for last. There's very little RV news out there. I mean, like crickets, because we're event driven. And Coda's coming to say hi. Quick cameo. Hey, Coda. All right. Buddy, go in. Today, Trump calls for a special prosecutor to investigate 2020. Okay, so there's one. The Trump parade. So on TikTok, Alaska Unicorn is the handle. I saw a couple interesting videos from this lady. So she's talking about the Denver scratch that. The Trump parade. So everyone's losing their mind about Trump having Melania in front of her because the left wants to spin it as he was using her as a human shield and all that nonsense. The parade was all about chess. So what does the queen do? Queen protects the king, not in a physical sense that Melania was being a human shield and that nonsense, but it's all symbolism. So Melania is protecting Trump, the Queen's protecting the King. You had golden knights there, so the knight is a pivotal piece. They can move, from my limited knowledge, they can move all over the board. Limited knowledge of chess, I'm not a chess nerd. So then there was a reference to capture the flag. I don't know what that is in reference to, but if you put it into perspective of game theory, I guess. And then she mentioned the capture flag at the PA post office. I'm guessing this was like a few years ago. I vaguely remember it, but I haven't looked into it. Then what we've seen Trump put the flagpoles up at the White House, 2 of them, and that at the time was kind of like, wonder why he's putting 2 up. And normally at a government building, there's 1 big flagpole, so he put up 2. So she pointed out that in chess, 2 flags represent flagging, and that is symbolic or represents when an opponent's time has run out. So who's the opponent to everything that we're following? Black hat, white hat. Okay, so and then kind of lastly on the Washington parade and all that stuff. So we look at Washington, D.C. on the map anymore, and it's been changed to just Washington. Now that's not new. That's I've seen that before, but I forgot about it, so I looked it up on Google Maps, and sure enough, it doesn't say Washington, D.C. anymore. District of Columbia is no more. So it just says Washington now. Now I don't know if it's been absorbed by Virginia or one of the bordering states, but Washington, D.C. is just now Washington. All right, so then that gets us to the Denver airport lady. And I recall this when it happened, but I didn't really dive into it too much. But I saw people commenting on it, so I went back and dug the video up and looked at it and listened to it. So basically, this lady in her Egyptian English is saying that her kids had been kidnapped and she was being forced to read this thing. And it was, she was just reading verbatim off of a sheet of paper. So I listened to it 2 or 3 times. Her English is very rough, and she's obviously very upset. And then the airport police show up and they're hassling her. So she's really adamant to trying to get this stuff out. But she claims there will be a 9/11 type attack, an event bigger than 9/11. She's threw out China out there, and then I couldn't understand what she said, but basically it was an act of war upon America. That this event would be bigger than 9/11. So going back to the Alaskan unicorn lady, she was kind of spitballing something that July 4th, 2025, if you add the dates up, and I'm not into calendars and gematria and all that stuff, but it's very interesting. If you add July 4th, 7/4, 7 plus 4 is 11. And then if you take the date 2025, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9, 9/11. So I'm not saying anything. TikTok or YouTube or algorithms, whatever. I'm not calling for an event on July 4th, 9/11, whatever. But decoding what the airport lady said, and then the dates of July 4th broken down, it's interesting, very interesting. And then we have the rumors that, the Statue of Liberty is something supposed to happen to the Statue of Liberty and all that. I can't go into it on YouTube, so you guys have to just look these things up. So I don't want to get the channel flagged or suspended or anything like that, so I'm being very careful about how much I can divulge. So also in the news today, Iran was hit with a 5.5 magnitude earthquake. So remember all the earthquakes during the 2020 to 2024, and we know that they have the machines that can tunnel underneath the earth and all that stuff. So it's very interesting. So kind of my tinfoil moment is, are they working their way to Iran's nuclear facility underground while everyone's distracted about the air war? So lots of tinfoil moments today. And this is not my wheelhouse. I normally don't do this stuff, but just when there's so much in your face that you kind of have to take a moment and say, that's plausible. You just take it, listen to it, mull it over, leave me in the comments and let me know if you think I'm nuts, crazy, or whatever. But things are happening. It's the 3D chess and all 5D chess or whatever you want to call it. But on all the playing boards, the pieces are moving. And for so long, we've been praying for movement, and now we're getting it. So all this is, in my opinion, it's strictly entertainment purposes. I don't believe anything I'm saying. So there you go, YouTube and TikTok. That's a lot to unpack today, so that's going to be it for today's video. Like I said, zero RV news, but reiterating what I said in the last video, I think all this is setting up for the reset, Ksara, RV, all that stuff. All these events are setting the world stage so that I lost my screen. So this is setting up the world stage so that all this stuff can happen. So keep a weathered eye on the horizon. Stay frosty. Head on a swivel, because things can escalate quickly. And I'm not Ron Burgundy, but I think things could definitely escalate quickly. Do your due diligence and stay as prepared as you can be. I'm not telling anyone to go out and fill up their bathtub with water or anything like that. So no more Y2K nonsense. But as much as possible, stay prepared. Dry goods, bottled water, whatever. So again, that's it for today. Anything breaks today, I'll come back on and do a real quick one, just a short or something. But like I said, no RV news. So we will catch you on the next one. You guys are awesome, the best people on the planet, and I thank you for being here.